It's your show.
Oh, you're running it?
No, you're running the meeting, Vivek.
I'm running a meeting. Okay, fine. I want to call the meeting to order. Do a quick roll call.
And it is.
Vivek Raghavan.
Okay. MJ Lee on Zoom.
Okay, the first thing is to, I guess, the speaker, the oral communications. Anybody wants to speak?
Yeah, I do. Is
Go
Beth
ahead.
is Beth Gilbrand in the room?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, maybe she could introduce herself as part of the public comment.
I think it's on. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yes. We can't see anybody, but we can hear.
Hi there. For those of you that I haven't met, I'm Beth Gilbrand, and I recently volunteered to join this committee. I'm waiting to hear the outcome of my application, but MJ suggested that I come and introduce myself at this meeting, so here I am. I've lived in Portola Valley for 20 years. We live on Escobar Road. And I've had a long career in the tech industry, but stepping back from that now, so I have a little bit more time on my hands. Thank you. It's nice to meet you all.
I'm sorry, what's the last name? Oh, it's on the meeting agenda. All right, great, thank you. Welcome, Beth. Let's see now, the next thing is the approval of minutes is the next one. So do I get approval for the minutes of the last meeting?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So the minutes are approved.
Who's taking minutes at this meeting?
I am.
Oh, good. All right. That relieves me of that. Okay, great. Okay,
So
excellent.
who made the motion? Is that Vivek then? Can Vivek make the motion? What?
Wanda and second now.
I can't quite hear you.
Because my mic's not on. Wanda and then Patty.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so.
Oh, I can't hear you, Vivek.
Wait. Can you? Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Kim Guglielacci texted me and said she would call in, but I guess she isn't in yet. So you should keep
She's
going.
not here. I don't see
Yeah.
her. She's not, doesn't appear anywhere. So no fire marshal update for today. The next item on the agenda is the firewise, 100% firewise update. Patty?
So we've had a good month. Vivek, do you want to go through what you've done on Alpine?
Sure.
Hills?
Sure. So on the Alpine Hills section, getting that firewise, which is the bulk of the remainder of Portola Valley, really, it's 250 homes. But and once that's done, you almost are 85 to 90% there. So that's the bulk of the remainder. So we have identified, we have had our first kickoff meeting with 9 volunteers from Alpine Hills, and Patty was at the meeting, as well as George Sheffrin, who have both done firewise work in the past. I wanted Patty to inform the new volunteers as to what it means to be firewise, what work is involved, what is the work involved to get firewise designation, and how much work is involved to maintain that designation, and what has to be done. Also, the responsibilities of the firewise leader and the block captains for that section of homes, which is about 250 to 280 homes, and of which 40 are already firewise, the one that George did, but the rest are not. So I think everybody understood that. The 9 volunteers, Patty did a good presentation, which I forwarded to everyone. And everyone understood what they needed to do. They were enthusiastic about continuing to be block captains after that. So we've got about 9 volunteers so far, and I need about 5 more to fill out this thing. We intend to get 5 more. But meanwhile, we're having another meeting tomorrow to essentially take the street map of Alpine Hills neighborhood and assign homes, individual homes to individual volunteers, and negotiate that assignment so that each volunteer knows, but each volunteer will become a block captain essentially. And each volunteer knows how many homes they have and what they have to do for those homes. So that's meeting us tomorrow. And so after that, the volunteers will get to work, going to those homes and getting all the information needed to put together a Firewise plan. So after all that is done and we get more volunteers and all the homes are covered, then we'll submit that plan to this Firewise committee, I guess whoever they are, to get that designation and go from there. So that's the plan for the Alpine Hills neighborhood.
He's made great progress. Good. He's made great progress. Thank you.
Sure.
So on the Willowbrook Nadhorst, Wanda and I got yesterday, we've been really unsuccessful in finding someone who kind of wants to stand up for that. We both kind of had a couple names we followed up on and not been successful. So we made a plan, and what I've done is I've written 2 letters. MJ has given me her comments. I can certainly circulate those if necessary. 2 physical letters. One for, we need a Firewise leader. So that would be like the Willowbrook neighborhood, the Nadhorst neighborhood. We need a leader. The other one is for me, for Westridge, I still need block captains. So there's a little difference between, a leader and a block captain. What we're going to do is, since everybody seems to still be on vacation, there's nobody around Portola Valley in the month of August, we are going to wait until approximately the second week of September. We're going to actually physically print up these letters. We're going to put them on green paper. We're going to hand address them. MJ has hacked into some kind of county website that gives us the names of where people live. And so we can hand address them to people. And I've also ordered little Firewise stickers that I want to put on the outside, so that what we're trying to do is, and we're going to physically drop them in people's mailboxes. So we're actually going to walk around and drop them in people's mailboxes. What we're trying to do is get people to open them so they don't realize it's like junk mail. They get interested in it. And hopefully just, again, kind of try and get some interest and names in doing that. So that is our September plan for Willowbrook, Nadhorst, and Westridge. A couple other things are happening. The Brookside, Lower Corte Madera neighborhood submitted their application. So that is great news. They got it back within like 4 hours, and there were some what I would call administrative issues that they needed, that the state kicked it back for. They didn't have the number of homes that were consistent. They didn't have some check boxes checked. I mean, the state probably goes through this cleaning laundry list of things just before an application gets through. They just had some cleanup items to do. So they have fixed those, and they resubmitted their application yesterday. So hopefully that is well in progress, and we should hear very soon whether that neighborhood has been approved. So then we would have a new Firewise neighborhood added to Portola Valley. I'm in touch with the Blue Oaks person. They have had a neighborhood meeting. She was on vacation in August, but she has committed to getting back to me in September when she gets back and gets settled. So hopefully we'll get Blue Oaks organized. I have a contact name that I met with on Hayfield over here. They've had a neighborhood meeting. They're interested. Again, summer vacation. She wants to get back in touch with me in September. So I think those are all the neighborhoods that I've been working with, but a lot of progress. I think September will see us going a long ways towards getting a new neighborhood, as well as getting a few neighborhoods starting to work on it, as well as getting me some block captains in Westridge. So I think that's where we are. Do you have anything to add? Juana, do you have anything to add?
Well done.
Okay, great.
Where
Thanks,
we
Patty.
are. Any questions?
I have a question.
No, you're not allowed.
Sorry. That's really great news, Patty. I was wondering how many homes are in the Brookside Lower Quarter Madeira? Is that going to be the name of it too?
About, I'm trying to remember the final number. It's about 190.
Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Don't quote me on that because, again, they had to find the exact number, but it's around 190.
Okay. Thanks.
Any more questions for Patty? Okay, great. Thank you. Let's move on to the next one, the One Shoreline update from Chris.
Thanks, Vivek. So we're still reasonably early days, but have made a bit of progress on the project. I've met with Len Maderman a couple of times, and then also with his team and Sam Licardo's team discussing the project, which was pretty informative. We did an initial analysis of Portola, and as you may recall, they were more interested initially in their pilot being structural fire spread as opposed to ember-driven spread. And so through all that, we ended up wanting to explore PB Ranch as the initial community. They're very established, obviously, it's fire-wise, but it still seemed like this could satisfy both sides in terms of achieving some of the goals. I spent quite a bit of time with Sarah Gilbert, who is on some committees there and has been in the organizational structure. And so I would say at this point, we're also working through some of the vacation issues, but we're working through a list of the fundamental questions, with the plan being basically once we get all of that answered, and there's a pretty clear value proposition both for the ranch and also for this pilot project in terms of what everybody's hoping to achieve, that we could take it to some of their top level committees, see if we can get their buy-in, and then move forward. The challenge of the ranch, obviously, is that because it is probably more organized than any other Portola neighborhood, there's a lot more gates to go through, but the upside is if you get through those gates, then pretty much everybody moves. So the early returns basically look like that the most value to the ranch might be getting access to the model that the insurance companies produce. And so we're trying to keep that on the table as a reason, because I think the majority of them are pretty happy with their insurance. There's not a huge percentage probably that's on the FAIR plan. I mean, got to be less than 10%. So we just want to make sure that if they are going to go through some extra steps, that they do feel like they got value out of the whole thing. And as a community, they feel they benefit from it. So the expectation is that we will progress through that through September. And then we hope to either decide like, yep, they're going to push forward with trying to put together an initial pilot, or they'll pass and we'll decide if it's worth pursuing another community.
Okay. So I had a question because I thought the One Shoreline guys wanted to focus on a neighborhood that has a substantial percentage that were on the FAIR plan, but this one appears to be a very low percentage.
Yeah, I think the challenge that we're confronting is, one, I don't think there is any part of Portola that has a substantial percentage on the FAIR plan, is the first point. And the second is that their entire resolution is by zip code, which isn't even just Portola Valley. It also includes part of Menlo and part of Palo Alto. And so I think it would be their desire, probably not going to happen. And so there's some other things that are beneficial to them in general, of just if they can get these insurance companies to kind of dip their toe in the water and say, yes, if you do these things, we will give you discounted premiums. And so we could get to the point where it's not enough in it for them either, but we're not there yet.
So the benefit would be here and more preventative than preventing getting them on the FAIR plan, or preventing them from getting kicked off the insurance. That's more benefit than actually reverting from a FAIR plan back to regular insurance.
Yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, absolutely, Licardo's team and One Shoreline would love to see people off the FAIR plan, but they're also equally incented by just insurability of residents in California in general, because I think right now a lot of people do struggle a bit.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Chris. Any other questions? Okay, let's move on to the outreach opportunities. MJ? Could you
Oh,
describe?
Vivek, since I think maybe Kim is on, maybe do you want to hear her fire marshal update? Kim, are you listening?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Hi.
Good morning. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. I'm not able to stop by today with the evacuation exercise only a few weeks away. I am just full throttle on the coordination. So my quickest update is I just wanted to give everybody an update on where we are with the evacuation exercise. So that is on September 11th. We'll be updating the website within the next few days on the agenda and the schedule for the day, as just so everybody knows kind of where the timetable is and the schedule of how the events are going to run for the day. We will start off the exercise at 9, and we're hoping to wrap things up by noon. We are going to have some refreshments and some drinks at the end where our meeting place will be, which will be at Town Community Hall. We will start off before we do the briefing at Community Hall. We will have a moment of silence and at the flagpole where we can gather and commemorate 9/11 with a speech that will be read by our town mayor. During the evacuation, there'll be signs and sheriffs and police for traffic control that'll be directing traffic to get the flow all the way down into town center. And then at the termination, we'll also have exhibitors set up. We have some people coming in with different home hardening products. We have San Mateo County Large Animal Rescue Group that will have their trailer and signups for people who do have animals so that they can have you registered into their system. That way they already know what kind of, whether you have livestock or pets, whatever you have. So when the situation comes up, that we're not trying to figure out what people have and they already have you in the system, so they can go over more details of what their system means and how you can register, enroll, and the type of resources of what they can provide for support during an evacuation or any type of hazard that we may encounter. We will also have Mr. Softies will be there, and they'll be there for ice cream. We would like to invite, this is an invitation for all residents in Portola Valley. The evacuees are only Los Trancos, Vista Verde, and Blue Oaks subdivision communities. That's who the active evacuees, but the entire event, we want all participation, as many residents as they want to come to listen to the debrief, to talk to all our local officials that will be gathered there at the end of the exercise, along with all the other large stakeholders like PG&E, Cal Water, and other groups that will be there, that everybody can kind of talk and discuss this exercise. So that's kind of where we are, and we will have the drone pilots with drones up in the air that'll be capturing a lot of what's going on, from traffic pinch points to what does the flow look like with all the evacuees, all the way down to what's parking looking like at the town hall. The drones are also going to be able to report afterwards a report of data, of information of how long it took, so that we can measure it with the fire modeling that we're having done in advance of the exercise, and just kind of compare what we're looking at and weigh it against what modeling is saying, so that we can kind of measure real versus modeling. So that's going to be a big part of that coordination. And yeah, so it's everything's coming together on its way. We're looking forward to it and utilizing different platforms. There will be ongoing messaging on our website. So if you want to know more about what's going on, please keep checking back on our website. It's on the top of the banner. As soon as you go to woodsidefire.org, there's a large banner at the top that's
Oops.
Oops, we lost you, Kim.
Froze.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah.
okay.
Kim, we lost you for the last minute and a half there.
Uh-oh. Did you hear what I said about the drones?
Yes.
Yeah, we heard the drones.
Okay. I don't think I said much more after that, other than check our website at woodsidefire.org. There is a banner at the top that talks about the exercise, and for more details, click here and I'll direct you right to the page where you'll see all the day's festivities, timeline and everything and details. So if you want to be more involved and know what's going on, and please get your neighbors and other, whoever, it's open to everybody. We really want people to take advantage of the exhibitor fair with all the different exhibitors that will be there and get information on what kind of technology and things for home hardening that you can utilize for your house, and just be educated with the nodes. So WPV Ready will have a booth there for the nodes, talking about nodes and their importance for a situation where there is evacuation. So we're going to have a lot of information there as well, along with the debrief. So thank you. Unless there's any questions.
Yeah, I have a question because your evacuation drill is the first thing on my outreach opportunities. Do you want us to be there, or Patty, should we do the 100% Firewise there?
Oh, that would be great. Yes, why not?
So the table, are they inside the community
Yeah, they're
hall
going
or
to
they're
be inside
outside?
community
So
hall.
volunteer do.
I'm gonna start
Unless we start
charging.
to get too large, we do have the outside field areas too that Darcy has put aside that we can utilize. So I'm going to walk the area and kind of map it out for how many tables and people we have. So far, I have 7 vendors coming. So with Ready, if you guys want to do a table for Firewise, that would be awesome. I mean, I think it's a great opportunity to just do more outreach. So that would be great. I could add you to the list.
Okay, we'll discuss it the next agenda item and see what the team wants to do.
Okay.
September 11th.
I just want to confirm there's not also an exercise at the same time.
What's that?
Did you hear that question? Is
No.
Ladera included?
No, Ladera is not included. They're a totally different community. No,
No, I know, but I had actually heard that they were included.
no, they're not.
Did you hear that too, Rebecca?
Ladera is not, they're not part of the evacuation. Now, they are participating as far as the Ready communicators. We have a list of Ready communicators that are going to be participating as far as radioing in. They'll have a set script where they're going to do radio inject so that we can test the district radio usage and test our communicators, our, I guess, spider web of communication. So we do have communicators throughout the district that are participating so that we can test our radio functions.
Are any businesses or schools involved, like Alpine Hills or
No, there's
Mom
nothing for
Ramey's
them to
Garage
do.
or anything like
Nope.
that? Nope.
There's nothing for them to do for this exercise now. This exercise is specific to those residents in Los Trancos and Vista Verde.
So the evacuation route will be Los Trancos Creek and Alpine.
Yeah, there are 2 ways of getting out of their community. Yeah.
Is Cal Water
They will be there.
notified, involved?
They will be there.
They will be there at the end, or they part of the evacuation?
Well, they don't really do
Process.
anything with the evacuation. They'll just be there as a resource to talk to, but they're not active in an evacuation. They don't do anything. They're there, what their responsibility is, if there's a wildfire, is they concentrate water sources and divert water from other areas to make sure that all the hydrants have full pressure all around that area. But there's nothing for them to simulate that day of because we're not doing any operations. So they're just coming to be there as asking for residents to ask questions if they wanted to have questions about what would happen in a wildfire and how they're helpful to the district and how do they support us and water infrastructure and all that kind of stuff. So they'll be there as a resource for people to talk to, but they're not actively they don't evacuate anything.
Okay. I also want to let people know that they're calling for CERT volunteers. So they want to have a command center and, Kim talked about this a little bit, but, kind of also simulate what the CERT response would be as well. So if you're CERT certified,
You can reach out to Mark. Mark's got the list of
reach out to Mark
assignments. Yeah.
and see if you want to sign up for that.
Yes. Yes.
Be a good exercise.
Yes, definitely. So CERT's responsibility on the day of is they'll have their command post. They're mainly charged with communications and radio and triaging information, as well as giving assignments to CERT members, which would normally be given to some of the CERT members. Obviously, not the ones evacuating, because they're going to be busy evacuating, and that's their job, is to evacuate. But other CERT members from other parts of the district, they'll have their job duties.
Are you actually going to simulate like a house fire or
Gonna
medical
be the
emergencies?
simulation, the scenario is, we've been trying to broadcast as much as we can, so it's on our website. The scenario is a vehicle fire in at Buck Meadows that overheats, the car pulls off the road and starts the vegetation on fire, and then the vegetation turns into a wildland fire.
Realistic.
It is, because we've had multiple of those in the last 8 months.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay.
Good. Any more questions?
Good luck.
Is EPC going to be running the whatever you call
EOC? No.
the EOC? No.
No, there's not going to be any opening for that. We're not going to be utilizing that. This is really just for residents to see what it is to evacuate because of their restrictive ways of getting in and out, but as well as all the engines and law enforcement making their way into their community, utilizing the high-low sirens so that people start to recognize what that sounds like for evacuation, and for them to see the challenge of actually getting out with large apparatuses coming into their area and sharing those narrow roads.
Okay, sounds great.
And then 2 years from now, we'll be doing another. So it's going to keep flip-flopping. It'll be Portola Valley, back to Wood. Then we'll do Woodside next year. Then the year after, we'll go back to Portola Valley and we'll do a different community in Portola Valley. That way we start, we could move. Everybody can get an opportunity to evacuate. So that's kind of the goal moving forward, is every 9/11. That's what we want to make the tradition, is 9/11 will be, because it's National Preparedness Month. We want to utilize, we figured that day is a good day that everyone can ingrain into their brain that there's going to be some kind of evacuation exercise to be a part of, and we're going to move it around the communities.
Okay. Any more questions? All right. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. You all have a good day.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So now let's move back to the outreach opportunities. MJ, can you take it up? Pick it up from here.
Yeah, okay. So I had 3 opportunities listed. I'll just start with the last one, which is October 4th. Darcy had originally asked me about maybe we could do some kind of WPC thing during National Fire Prevention Week. But after talking to Selena and at the last WPV Ready meeting, she said that National Fire Protection Week is really about house fires and things like that. And like this year, their emphasis is EV batteries. And so she didn't think it was appropriate to talk about, wildfire preparedness. So I'm crossing that off the list. So unless someone here, protests. So then the first thing coming up would be the drill that Tim just talked about, and whether or not we want to have a booth at the gathering or debriefing that they're going to have at the town center. So what do you guys think? Because I'd be willing to man the booth with you guys, but are you anyone else willing to do this on September 11th, which is a Friday?
What time is it?
She said it starts at 9, which probably means, well, we could show up around 9, I'm sure. And then it goes until noon,
Okay.
roughly.
I'm open that day. I can help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want me to do firewise?
I don't know. It almost sounds like a good WPB ready exercise, more like, wow, did you have a go bag? Did you think about this? Did you get the alert? Those are not really embedded in Firewise. They're kind of around the
Right.
edges.
Yeah,
Really?
the o- and then the other question is the next item. The following week is a town picnic. So
Yeah.
you know, which I assume, well, which I've already told Patty we're going to be at. So,
You are
so
assigned to the town picnic. Yes, you are.
yeah. So I don't know if we should do
I'm
2 weeks in
kind
a
of
row,
ambivalent
but
on 9/11, but
Yeah, I would probably prefer
yeah,
the 9/11 one.
I think
would
we'd
you?
have more people in the picnic.
Town picnic has more opportunities for picking up Firewise volunteers.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, yeah,
I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah. Well, the thing is, though, if they have this, it's almost like a little fair. I can't believe how much work they're putting into this. But if they have like the large animal rescue, and she talked about having a master landscaper and
Well,
arborist. I mean,
they've got
yeah,
Mr. Softy. I mean,
yeah, and Mr. Softy,
it's
that
if
drives
Mr.
another
Softy is there, you got a crowd.
day. Well, I don't know. So it just seems like,
I could certainly,
yeah, I don't know.
have the Firewise map there and the banner and,
Yeah. So you think we should do both then, or should we? What do you guys think? Because
personally, I would prioritize the picnic, but that's
right,
just,
I agree. I think we should be at the picnic,
okay,
not at the other one.
okay. So shall
Don't
we
seem to be
just go with?
any, yeah,
We'll
let's
just
just,
go
there
with
don't
the
seem to
pick.
be any strong opinions one way or the other here. So,
Okay.
did you have a strong opinion, Wanda?
Yeah, I think we have more opportunities to get general information out at the picnic. And I'd be
Okay.
happy, to help, whatever you need.
Okay. Looks like
Okay.
picnic it is then.
Okay. And it's the 100% Firewise team, and then I'll help. Does anyone else want to help?
I might have a problem that day, by the way.
I'll be there anyway. So
Maybe Wanda and, oh no, I'm saying Wanda and Patty will be there. I might be able to make it, but I'm not
Okay.
sure.
All right.
As long as she leads, yeah. Okay, so 100% Firewise team at least has 2/3 representation on the picnic. Maybe one.
it'll
maybe
just be
all.
similar to what we had at the EPC day with the map and the
Yes.
banner and
Yeah.
nothing bigger
Same
like
thing.
that. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
sold on that. So
We'll
I don't
have a
know.
booth.
There don't seem to be many more volunteers right now, but I think there more may join in the future. So MJ, we are good on that?
Yeah. Yeah. So the only thing we're doing of the three I listed is the town picnic.
Yep.
Great.
That brings me to the next topic, which is the WPC webpage.
Yeah, I gave Patty a printout to share with you guys, and I've also emailed you a link to the same document, although the email was to a slightly older version. But if you guys have any comments on the web pages, just email me, and then I'll go ahead and work with Elizabeth Martelli on getting the web pages updated. Did anyone have any general comments? I tried to use some of the advice that Chris gave me back in May. But, the website is so limited in what you can do with it.
Yeah, I think potentially, I haven't read through this yet, but I think potentially the value would be having links, to where people can get other information because we are limited in the town.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
the
I
important
tried.
links in there.
Yeah, I tried to do that. That was my general approach, is just summarize the really important stuff and then link to whatever
Yeah.
else would be beneficial.
Yeah. As long as my name's not on there, we're fine.
Okay. Any other feedback? Or does anyone want to tell me if they're going to
I haven't had
email
a
me
chance to
feedback?
look at it. Yeah.
Okay. But you'll email me something?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the webpage and email you.
Okay. And Patty, Vivek?
Yep, so I'll do that. I'll take a look and email you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, that covers that. Sorry, my computer went down. There we go. Okay, now we'll go to the Conservation Committee, the subcommittee updates, starting with the Conservation Committee.
Sure, thanks. Two minor updates. The first is there was a single kind of anecdotal encounter we had where the Conservation Committee typically gives out standing guidance that redwoods should be limbed up 10 to or 12 to 15 feet. And we're strongly opposed to topping just because it can bifurcate the crown and like comes down in wind, et cetera, et cetera. And when they're healthy, they're not a particular fire hazard. We had a neighbor complain. There's some redwoods that are being limbed up 35 to 40 feet without a permit, and it's being done under a fire safety rationale. And so we just want to make sure we're not encouraging people to go too crazy on the limbing up the redwoods, because that can actually end up shocking the tree and killing it, and then it really is a fire hazard. So just wanted to bring that to the committee's attention. And the second is Nona brought up the last meeting. There's on the watch list now polyphagus shot whole borer, which is a beetle that is starting to hit 600 different species. Coast live oak, riparian natives are susceptible. There's currently no treatment for it. You basically can just manage it, but you should kind of be on the lookout for it because it will increase the dead fuel pipeline, similar to the new version of sudden oak death. And so we're trying to keep an eye out if that's starting to hit our community, because that'll be a thing to actively message around just in terms of resident management, not to let too much dead vegetation like pile up if these things get into our community. And I think that's it for this week or this month.
Damn Beatles.
I know.
They're a great band, but they love those trees.
What was the name of that insect?
It's called a polyphagus shot hole borer. They make little sesame-sized holes, which you can kind of see some dust coming out at the base of the tree if people are worried about it.
And it eats any kind of tree?
Not any type, but there are more than 600 species, but the primary ones here being brought up are the coast live oak, which are also sudden oak death
Okay.
susceptible, and then the riparian natives. So the ones that are growing by the creeks, probably things like bays and things like that, which also are hosts for sudden oak death.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Any update on the EPC? Who's Kim?
Hey, good morning. I was not at the last EP, but I am looking at notes here, and if Rebecca wants to add anything, if she was at that last meeting. So they are also going to be holding a booth at the town picnic on September 19th. The EOP EOC subcommittee, which is the subcommittee that I personally chair, we continue to meet every Monday at town hall to continue with our updates on all things EOC, as that was the designated priority for the past year. And for the upcoming evacuation drill, we will not be activating the EOC or simulating any type of EOC activation. However, I will be at Town Center with the town manager, just reviewing various forms and documentation and just providing a little bit of guidance on what might need to be filled out in the event that an EOC would activate it. So I'll be there from 9 to noon that Friday. In regards to the AM radio, they will be pushing out a recorded message for that day. There's also additional recorded messages that have been being done in the last month. Let's see here. Just taking a look at the quick notes. I think that would be it for today in terms of an update, if anybody has any questions. Or if Rebecca wants to add. I think she's adding.
Rebecca's approaching the dais.
Does this work? Yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So the only thing I would add is that CERT is starting their training very end of September, going through November 11th. So if anybody's interested in participating in that, they can find information at, I think, at their website. And that's, I think, evenings plus one Saturday. So if people are interested in that. And then Woodside Fire said that their newsletter is now out and people should have gotten it by, I think, through email. So that's the only thing I would add.
And they've just put out some great videos too. I'm putting together my Westridge Firewise newsletter, which I'll forward to everybody, including some of those video links. There's some pretty good ones lately. In case you can't sleep at night.
Okay, I think that's it for that part of it. The next item is a quorum check, which really should have been done at the beginning, but how do you do a quorum check, by the way, MJ? Just verify that there's quorum?
For the next meeting.
For quorum
it's
check for the next meeting. Sorry.
Meeting, sorry.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Rebecca.
So who's going, that's September 17th, 10 a.m. Is everybody going to be there?
I'll be there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Beth?
Unless MJ has COVID again.
That looks like there'll be quorum for that meeting, and MJ is going to be there. So you hopefully, unless you have COVID again, unlikely. COVID doesn't come that quickly again.
Thanks, Patty.
I can't believe that you have COVID. I thought we were done
She
with
can't get COVID because the picnic is 2 days later. It's not
Anyway,
allowed.
hopefully it wasn't the bad COVID. Hopefully it was just mild.
Rebecca's back at the dais. So, to say.
Sorry, I meant to say this at the very beginning, but I just wanted to recommend if anybody hasn't seen the movie, The Lost Bus. It
The
is
what? Which movie?
Lost Bus.
The Lost Bus? Last Bus.
Lost Bus. Yeah,
Okay, Lost
it's
Bus.
about the Paradise Fire, and it is unbelievably well
I see.
done. It's got a great story arc. It's compelling. You're on the edge of your seat the entire time. So, even if you've heard about everything about Paradise, I would really recommend seeing it. Really, especially people who are getting ready for this evacuation exercise, you really see what's happening at the operations center, what's happening for the people who are evacuating, what's happening with schools. And then it has a compelling arc in it. So
Is it a documentary or is it?
a movie?
It's a fiction movie. Okay.
McConaughey,
Yeah,
McConaughey, who
Matthew
I
Which is
usually
not fiction. It's real.
Did you say Paradise or Palisades?
Paradise.
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 It's the lost
The
what?
one in LA.
Lost Bus. The
Oh, bus.
story arc is about
Okay.
a bus that goes, a bunch of children are stuck at one of the schools and they don't have parents to pick them up. So they send a bus driver to pick them up. And so it's around that story.
Where's it streamed on? You know?
I don't know. I saw it on the plane. So
But is Timothy Chalamet in it? That's what I want to know.
no, but McConaughey.
I only watch Timothy Chalamet.
No, he's not in.
Okay.
What is her name? America. What is her name? She was in Barbie.
America Ferrera?
Yes, America Ferrera and Sean. How do you pronounce his name? Shanahay. He's the rom-com guy, which I thought he was a terrible actor, but he was fantastic in this.
All right, yeah.
So anyway, I recommend that.
Good. Thank
Thank
you.
you. It's our
Okay.
movie recommendation. Are we going to add like a movie recommendation at the end of each agenda now?
Actually, I didn't like that movie.
Sure. Let's,
Okay.
Oh,
only if it's Timothy
no.
Chalamet.
Agenda for
Okay,
next
let's-
meeting. Agenda for next meeting should be a fire marshal update as usual. It's 100% firewise update, one shoreline update. The webpage, by that time, hopefully we should have got comments. And any outreach and anything else. And of course, the conservation EPC committee updates. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. I think we're done then.
I'm sorry to break in. I have a quick question, Chris. If you think you might wrap up your pilot next month, then I should not list you as a subcommittee on the web pages, right? Really, it's not.
I don't necessarily think we'll wrap up the pilot next month. I think we will potentially have clarity by the end of October
clarity.
of whether we're doing it or not. But there's,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's it. I mean, I don't care whether you list it as subcommittee or not.
Yeah, I'm not even clear on what the guideline is, but okay, I'll think about it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, Vivek, sorry.
No problem. I think we're good. We're 10 minutes early. And so with that, I'd like to adjourn and schedule the next meeting for September 17th at 10 a.m. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Vivek, I think you're going to get the job permanently to run the meetings.
Great job, Vivek. Keep it up.
All right. Okay, very good. Thank you, everyone. Meeting's officially adjourned.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.